Welcome back. Now we'll have the second part of the one-day national conference. We'll have the remaining sessions. So my name is M. Kumar. I'm working as a joint director with CDAC Hyderabad, and my topic of presentation is Make Shikshak e-learning platform. Just a minute, we'll make it. So coming to the introduction, so I need not tell because just for information, just to have the flow, I have put this slide. So as we all are aware, conventional learning is the best mode of teaching, and though it is the best mode, we have some challenges associated with conventional learning. That is, it is more teacher centric, and it is limited to classroom, and also we have the problem of non-availability of good number of qualified teachers, and it is very inconvenient to learn at their own pace, and repetition is not possible. So these are some of the limitations of conventional classroom based teaching. Now to address these problems, we are using these technologies, and when we use technologies in education and teaching learning process, we call it as technology enhanced learning. So here technology is used to enhance our teaching and learning experience. So we are not going to replace a teacher, but we are going to use the technology to enhance our teaching learning experience here. So all this was good till 2019. By the end of 2019, till the COVID pandemic has struck the entire world. So after the COVID-19 pandemic, the entire education world completely changed. Like from teachers' perspective, what happened was how we handled the education sector was teacher, they live streamed the videos synchronously. So they have used third-party applications like Zoom, WebEx, Teams, or Google Meets, and they have sent presentation slides to the students through WhatsApp, and also they shared asynchronous pre-recorded video lectures with the students, and also they have shared some of the pre-recorded audios to mentor the students. And most of the time, parents have become tutors and mentors because we were not having the teachers at home. And this is how the teacher looked at the COVID pandemic in education. Coming to learners' perspective, most of the students felt that most of the teachers have offloaded the work and it was very heavy for them. And students felt that their performance has declined because they were not going to school and all the schools were shut down. And they felt that they were being left behind because they were not interacting with their peers, they were not interacting with any teacher. So they were completely isolated from their peers and friends. And also because of the increased screen time, most of the students were exposed to the online world as well. So because of this exposure, we had the problem of privacy and security. So security and privacy was one of the concerns that most of the teachers and the students have experienced. So these are some of the perspectives of teachers and learners on education during COVID-19 pandemic. Now, coming to the impact of COVID-19 on education, as we all aware, just I have categorized into different categories here. So, from technology perspective, we had challenges with respect to lack of devices because most of the marginalized students, they were not affording to purchase a new smartphone. So they were having a medium range mobile phone or a basic mobile phone through which they will not be able to connect to the online classes. So they had the problem of access to good device. And also connectivity was also one of the problems most of the students faced because most of the students in urban areas may be having this internet facility, broadband internet facility and 4G. But when we look at the students in rural areas, the connectivity was one of the major issues. And also frequent power cuts was also one of the issues. So these are some of the technological challenges. Coming to teachers' capacities, because of the pandemic, all the teachers were asked to shift to online learning overnight. So there was a sudden transition because teachers were also not prepared to handle these online classes all of a sudden. And also most of the teachers they needed this assistance to use the technology to conduct these online classes, how to share the content with the students, how to assess a student, and how to review the progress of a student. So most of the teachers needed assistance to use the technology, and also teachers needed access to quality teaching material actually, because textbooks were not there, only resources were online material in the form of PDF files. So because when they look at the internet, they'll get a lot of learning material on the internet, but they were not sure which one to use. And coming to student issues also, as I already mentioned, one issue was increased screen time. Most of the students spent most of the time on their mobile phones, so this increased the screen time, which severely affected their mental ability and their health also. And students did not have the private space to study actually, because they were studying from home, like study from home. So some of the students were having problems with respect to having a separate space for education, and there was no focus on practical knowledge, because all the education was happening from home, so they were not exposed to the practical labs for doing the experiments and to know the practical knowledge. And also peer-to-peer learning was lacking actually, because they were not allowed to go out and meet their friends. So peer-to-peer learning was lacking, and non-verbal cues of communication are not visible, because in a classroom generally teacher will observe the non-verbal cues, whether the student is feeling boredom or whether the student is finding it difficulty to understand or not. So but in online learning, such a facility was not available. So these are some of the issues that are related to impact of COVID-19 on education. Now, to address these issues, government has come out with several schemes. Like there are three C's we call. One is connectivity, second is content, third is capacity. So when it comes to connectivity, Government of India has started several programs like BharatNet, where the objective is to connect all the villages through fiber optic cable. And also we have this 4G mobile network and EdGain network in the educational institution. And coming to the content, quality content, access to quality content was also one of the issue. So Ministry of Education has come out with several programs like National Digital Library, OER, Open Educational Resources. We had this Indian MOOCs, that is the Swayam, and we had this Swayam Prabha, direct to home television channels. So through some kind of technology medium, government tried to share the content and bring the content to the student. And also coming to the capacity, uh, we, we need to focus on training the teachers for blended learning, because we cannot completely go for online, because only the theoretical concepts can be taught online, not the practical aspects. So still we can have this blended mode, where it is a combination of both online learning as well as classroom based learning. And also in the last 1.5 year, 2 years, the ultimately most of the people have realized that blended learning works the best. So it's a combination of face-to-face learning and online courses. So these are some of the solutions and initiatives from government side to address the issues related to connectivity, content, and capacity. So coming to CDAC, we have developed one online e-learning platform called Make Shikshak, which can be deployed on any cloud environment. So it is indigenously developed by R&D team at CDAC, and it supports QTI and SCOM e-learning standards, and also it has a feature called multiple tenants, wherein multiple organizations can use the platform to offer their online courses. It supports most of the Indian languages, and it provides flexibility in workflow customization, and it is very secure, and it can be easily integrated with the third-party services and APIs. So these are some of the USPs of Make Shikshak, and we have used this Make Shikshak platform for offering our own PG diploma courses at CDAC Hyderabad. So this is the screenshot where I am sharing. All the students were asked to switch on their cameras so that they can be visible to the instructor. So we have provided both online lectures and also provided the recorded lectures through Make Shikshak platform. Coming to Make Shikshak roles and features, so I have classified different features as per the roles. Coming to instructor will be able to create the course, upload course content and upload questions, create quizzes, assign quizzes, answer queries from the students, and he can upload assignment questions, he can view the assignment answers, and he can track the progress of the students, and also he can have the access to course specific reports. Coming to learner, he is a passive consumer of the content, so he can register to the platforms, he can log in, he can view the course catalog, he can enroll to courses, access course content, participate in discussions, submit assignments, submit course feedback, take exam, and get a certificate. So these are the two primary roles and features available in Make Shiksha. So we have successfully implemented this Make Shiksha for various government organizations, including Bureau of Police Research and Development, Maharashtra Police Academy, National Forensic Sciences University, Kerala Police Academy, and also the discussions are in progress for implementing this Make Shiksha for other clients, namely Department of Post and Karnataka Police Academy. Coming to major achievements, we trained around 1.2 lakh police officers using Make Shiksha platform as part of e-academy project of Maharashtra Police Academy. And during the pandemic, we have organized this CDAC Tech Talk series in the areas of IoT, secure software programming, and digital design. And we collaborated with the National Forensic Sciences University and offered online courses, and we trained around 3,500 members. And as part of our own CDAC initiative called CASE, which stands for CDAC Accelerated Knowledge Enhancement Series, we trained more than 1,000 employees on different technologies using the Make Shiksha platform. And this Make Shiksha platform is also used for training and capacity building programs as part of the Information Security and Education Awareness project. And also we are offering paid courses through one of our capacity building skill development program called Chariot, which the next speaker will talk about. So what we have learned in this pandemic. So though we had challenges in accessing education during the pandemic, there were some positive things and learnings from this pandemic actually. So we learned that technology can be used to create flexible learning opportunities, because when people were compelled to go for online, so they have explored different options, and they felt that okay, it is flexible to learn online, and they have different opportunities. And also people had multiple pathways to acquire the qualifications, and blended learning was more effective compared to face-to-face and online learning. And we had the and also we can increase the capacity of policymakers and teachers, and we can prepare learners to find and use open educational resources, because in internet we have a lot of content, so we can provide access to right content to the right users. And people can also learn to how to learn online, because many people were not aware in the beginning of the pandemic how to use these online learning tools. So subsequently, once they used, they faced some challenges, and they were able to know how to use those tools. And also we can create an ecosystem for lifelong learning, and provide just-in-time training for livelihoods, and adopt authentic learning experience, and micro learning was very effective. So on the positive side, some of the advantages of online education are, like, we can save a lot of money on transport, rent, hostel fees, and study material, and we can have the flexibility of learning instead of 9 to 5 offline classes, and the users can experience customized learning, and we can have this online learning tools integrated with the discussion forums to improve the learning experience, and the students can study in a safe environment because they will not be interacting with other people physically. And also through this experience, even the colleges and universities felt that they can convert up to 40% of their course curriculum online, and the remaining 60% can be in the campus mode or in the classroom based model. And students can learn from leading experts and avail benefits of collaborative learning pedagogy. And coming to the one of the positive side of COVID pandemic, because of the huge demand for the online learning tools, this education technology sector received approximately 2.22 billion USD funding in 2020 compared to 553 million US dollars in 2019. So there is a huge opportunity for the startups and educational technology companies for developing online tools and assessment frameworks. So coming to the future trends, so we'll be experiencing some of the new features as part of the next generation learning. So we will have this immersive learning using virtual reality and augmented reality. We are experiencing this cloud-based MOOC platforms, wherein the complete learning management system will be hosted on the cloud infrastructure. We have the concept of micro learning. We have this game-based learning and AI-based applications in intelligent assistants and blended learning. So these are some of the future trends. Okay. So thank you.